All 9 Red Scabbards explained. Part 1. Kinemon. Foxfire Kinemon is the leader of the Red Scabbards, the loving husband of Tsuru, and Kozuki Odin's first follower. Kinemon's story starts 41 years ago, where he used to be some average thug who would constantly take money from his childhood friend Tsuru to go gambling. This all changed after Kin stole the piglet of the mountain god, hoping to sell it for a piece of platinum. However, this angered the giant boar, causing it to destroy the flower capital. When Kozuki Odin overhears what Kin has done, Odin slices the mountain god in two before taking the blame for the whole incident. After witnessing this, Kinemon tells Tsuru that he'd die for Odin before he leaves to become his first follower. Kinemon is the first Red Scabbard the Straw Hats meet, introduced all the way back in the Punk Hazard arc. See, after being sent 20 years into the future, Kin and the 4 others intended to set out to Zou to meet up with Dogstorm and Cat Viper. But Kin, Kanjuro, and Momonosuke hit trouble on sea, causing them to land on Dressrosa. When Doflamingo started pursuing the samurai, Momonosuke boarded a ship to hide. However, once he got on, he was sent to Punk Hazard. Kin is able to escape Dressrosa and land on Punk Hazard himself, thanks to Kanjuro covering for him, but quickly had a run-in with Trafalgar Law, which is why when we first meet him, he is split into 3 parts. The Straw Hats help him find his body parts and reunite with Momonosuke, who at this point Kinemon calls his son so as to not raise suspicions, and the 2 samurai follow the Straw Hats to Dressrosa, Zou, and eventually Wano. Now on to Kin's powers. Kinemon is the user of the clothes fruit, which lets him transform something as small as a rock or a leaf into full articles of clothing. In this story, he mainly uses this fruit to create disguises, but also uses it to provide warm clothes. Like all the other Scabbards, Kinemon is a master swordsman, being able to use the Odin 2-sword style Paradise Totsuka, and is a user of both observation and armament haki. Unlike the other Red Scabbards though, Kin also uses the Foxfire style, a sword style that allows him to cut flames. This was a style unique to only him until Zoro copies it later to cut Prometheus and a blast breath in half. Besides being able to cut flames, Kinemon also seems to be able to conjure fire and infuse it into his blade out of seemingly nowhere, which he used to cauterize Kiku's wound. Kin also has extraordinarily good luck. He was able to trick Kanjuro that the alliance would meet up at Tokage Port instead of Habu Port, simply because he read the riddle image wrong, and was able to survive being stabbed by Kaido due to having already been cut in half before by Law. Back to the story. Once at Zou, Kinemon reveals to the Straw Hats that Momonosuke is the true heir to the Kozuki clan, and as Luffy and his group go to Whole Cake Island to take back Sanji, Kin takes the Heart Pirates, the rest of the Straw Hats, and Raizo and Kanjuro to Wano. Once everyone reunites at Odin Castle, Kin reveals the truth that he and the 4 other samurai jumped 20 years from the past to arrive where they are. He then spends the rest of the time preparing for the raid by gathering allies and meeting up with more of the Scabbards. During the raid of Onigashima, Kinemon uses his Devil Fruit powers to disguise the alliance as members of the Beast Pirates, and alongside Denjiro, leads the warriors into battle. Once all the Red Scabbards have gathered together, they face Kaido but ultimately lose. Kinemon, the only one still conscious, asks Luffy to carry Wano on his back, before Law transports the Scabbards to the floor below. After the samurai recover, Kin, alongside Kiku, chase after Kanjuro before Kin finally puts him down for good. Shortly after, however, Kaido arrives and stabs him through his abdomen, but Kin miraculously survives. After Usopp finds Kin's legs, he saves both him and Kiku and brings them to Chopper, which is where Kin stays until the end of the raid. 1 week later, Kin talks to Kawamatsu about building a shrine for Odin, Ashura, and Izo, and a few days later, Kin finally sees the Straw Hats off.